Hello, everyone. You're welcome to this episode of the Economy series. Today, we are going to be looking at how to make money. L'argent, el dinero, owo, ibigi, ego, kudi. All of this during and after the pandemic season. There's a saying, never waste a crisis, because every crisis comes with an opportunity. If you're an opportunist, you're probably thinking of what you can make out of the situation at hand. Now, there are three ways in which people earn passive income, and everything I'm going to be sharing branches out of these three. You need skill, you need knowledge, and you need money. So here's a few suggestions you can look into. Number one, let's look at the essential goods and services. During this pandemic, a lot of people have realized that their businesses are not as relevant to the society as they thought. No matter what happens, essential goods and services will always be essential. Food, for instance, no matter what happens, people will always need food. Now, I'm not referring to restaurants and fast foods. They're also relevant, but not as much because some of them still had to shut down during this season. I mean, food items, food stuff, agricultural produce like yam, rice, beans, fruits, vegetables, and processed foods like beverages, cereal, biscuits, and everything edible basically. That's why supermarkets and some other outlets were still selling during this season. Pharmacies as well, petrol stations. So one way to make money in this season is to join the essential markets. Now, you may not be able to immediately get into agriculture or own a supermarket or petrol station. You can start small if you know how to bake a cake, for instance. People are still having birthdays in this period. There are people that cook and sell soup in bulk and start delivering petroleum products or cooking gas to people's houses. But I'm not going to do thinking for you. I'm just going to guide your thoughts and then you think about the rest. Now, still looking at essential goods and services, there are certain goods that may not be considered essential on a normal day, but are indeed very essential because of the situation at hand. For example, nose mask and sanitizers. The business-oriented people already jumped on this train a long time ago. It's not too late to join in making your own sanitizers and face masks. It doesn't have to be just these sanitizers and face masks, but you can just think about what people are in their need of this season. Number two, another way to make money this period is to start a logistics company. If you have enough capital, you can get a bike or two, put a rider on the road. There's reduced movement due to restrictions. People and businesses are in need of dispatch riders to help move their products about. You can partner with the restaurants, for instance, or other online businesses, or you could just be the person people call if they want to get something from point A to point B. Number three, marketing your skills. In case you haven't heard, knowledge is the new gold. Online education is a major source of income for people in this season. So think about your life. What skills do you have that you can market? Don't worry, you don't have to be a principality and power in this field. You just have to have enough power to give. It can be something simple, how to start a blog using WordPress or basics of cake baking, whatever. I know a bit of photography, for instance, but if you want to count 50 good photographers in Nigeria, they might not be able to count me. But that doesn't stop me from saying, people, oh, I can teach you the basics of Photoshop and Lightroom. Just pay me 2,000 naira. And that's pretty okay. I have my own audience. Even though it's only 10 people that register and it runs for 5 days, that's 20K in 5 days. And it's something, because if I sat down for 5 days doing nothing, I would have made nothing. All of your training can be on WhatsApp or a Zoom video call, depending. You can even do an ebook or a webinar. I have a friend that ran a mini course on pronunciation and people turned up, so it doesn't have to be anything complicated. And if you can afford it, you can design actual online courses, put together a model and let people register and run it by themselves. However you do it, just make sure you're giving people value for their money. Number four, you work from home. You can get a virtual job. search online. There are people in need of virtual assistants, document translators, research assistants, social media managers, and all of those things. There are also freelancing platforms such as Upwork, Fiverr, FlexJob, and Co. It's very useful for writers, designers, developers, marketers, all those kind of people. Almost anyone can get a remote work as far as you have something to offer. Another thing you can do, let's call this number 4B, is that you can start a YouTube or a blog or a podcast or whatever you choose to build your social media presence and relevance, which can translate into a source of residual income over time in the long run. So this is not something that happens overnight. You have to start small, but if you're able to be consistent and apply the right principles, then you can be successful at it. You can do your research on how these things work. I'm just putting it on the table for you. Now, this aspect is for people that already have money or want to make more money in this season and afterwards. I'd say you should buy stocks and invest or whatever. Now, I'm not going to go into the details because I'm not an investment expert and I don't want you to say I told you to. But the wisdom here is that there are certain things you can invest in and others you should not be investing in at the moment. But generally, investing in this season is quite risky. But in the long run, it can yield so much. You'll be so grateful for coronavirus. So I advise you to seek counsel from an investment expert or the stockbrokers so they can recognize the best opportunities and you can be led by God or whatever guides you. Sit patiently and see the outcome. Yeah, so that'll be all for today. See you next time. Bye bye.